Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian, and we are back for more of The Flash. Alright, last episode was a pretty great start to the season. Probably one of my favorite, maybe not the favorite of the Flash finale premieres, but pretty up there still. As much hype as I have for the season 3 premiere, I think this one was better. But what happened last week? Well, we found out that there's been 4 Godspeeds, and each one's been getting faster. So I'm not sure what the original, if it's the original Godspeed's plan or something else in the future's got a plan or something. I don't know. Could have something to do with the crisis, maybe. I have no idea. Speaking of which, the Monitor showed up also at the end of last episode. Confronted Barry and Iris, telling Barry that the Flash has to die. One of my theories was that maybe Barry's gonna have to give his powers. Something I didn't think about until after I was done recording. But Eric brought up from Blindwave saying maybe letting Oliver give himself up is kind of him dying in a way. That the Monitor is saying that Hope being his not Hope, what was it, his I forgot what exactly it said, I already forgot, I'm sorry. Is kind of what he's trying to take away from right now, so he doesn't, because that could be the end of the crisis, that could be the end of the world. Meaning like Barry thinking that no, Oliver, you can't give yourself up, there's gonna be some other way. He's gonna try to stop Oliver, which would end in the world being destroyed. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Because I don't think the Flash is ending, I don't think Barry's gonna be going or getting his powers. It kind of suck, but I mean I don't think that's what they're gonna go for. We also had, well, first off, Barry got a new suit, which I much prefer. The suit wasn't so much a problem, it was the helmet, or the mask, the cowl they had for him in the last season. I very much missed the chin strap, so they got that back. And just the whole color looks different, like a bit brighter. And he's got different earpieces now. And of course the awesome, Flash Gordon song that went with the near the ending, which just made the episode just that much better. And of course Cisco will be the one that actually played it to them. And then we got Chester. I'm not sure if he's going to be part of the team or if he's going to at least stick around more. If they're going to show him any more. If he's going to have any residual abilities from this happening. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this next episode.
If a doctor told you were dying, you'd get a second opinion. So I'm going to go see this crisis for myself.
Huh? You're going to the future? What?
Okay, wait, please, because I will get you the rest. It's a matter of life and death. Please, I will get the rest of the money, I promise.
Too late.
Yeah, sorry, you should have just given it.
Did it work? I sound like Katie.
You sound like a non-meta, thanks to Ray Palmer. As long as this nanite camouflage cocktail is active, your voice and eyes will allow you to blend in with any group of regular Joes. So you can, live your life without scaring the ever-loving crap out of people.
She gonna become an artist?
What I am connecting to in these photos is that the photographer's afraid to get a shot in focus.
Those are actually mine.
They're not all winners.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Look, I can take a note. I don't feel great about you going in there alone.
I'm not going to be alone. I have this.
Hello, Barry Allen.
Gideon.
Preparing for temporal observational protocol.
Is that Gideon?
It's a mobile Gideon unit I built from salvage parts of the plinth.
You'll come right back to this moment. Right to the second.
I promise.
Disruption barrier detected.
Oh, that didn't work. Oh, what the heck?
Fortunately, there's an expert in the field, Dr. Jay Garrick. formerly known as the Flash of Earth 3.
Yes! Yes! Oh, it looks so cool! Yes! Oh, I got a cane now.
You in?
Yeah.
Then let's hustle. I've already had to postpone my dinner plans.
Not any further, I hope.
Wait. Oh, no.
Barry,
Oh.
I'd like you to meet my wife, Dr. Joan Williams.
It is a pleasure to
wow.
meet you, Barry Allen. I've heard quite a bit about you.
God dang it, you suck. Ooh. Oh, this looks bad.
Allegra?
You're not going anywhere, okay? We just want to talk for a second.
Who's got that? Joe? Joe! Sorry. God, he's so cool.
Allegra Garcia, you're under arrest for
Oh, this isn't looking good. It's Cecile.
Jay told me he's a doppelganger of your late father. Do I remind you of anyone from your Earth?
Yeah, you do.
Who is she?
Someone very special.
Ain't she? I never thought I'd settle down.
Oh no, not them too. Wait, Vibe?
His mind has broken past the barrier.
In order for billions to survive this coming crisis, the Flash must die.
No!
We have to get him out of there.
I saw billions of possible futures. Billions of deaths. All their pain, their suffering. And then they were gone. I felt all of it.
He got a sunburn.
Yeah,
Oh,
hell.
Look at his face. Most UV light gets absorbed by the ozone layer. This was entirely undiluted. If it wasn't for his powers, that sunburn would have killed him.
So put some aloe on it.
Okay.
Can I just talk to Caitlin for a minute, please?
No, I've got things to do.
yeah, but we need help. Rust.
Your husband stared at me that same way when we first met.
I'm sorry. You look just like Barry's mother.
Oh.
What? Well, Barry's physical pain will go away, but the mental aspect, some of that won't, not for a while.
I saw you, Caitlin. I saw everyone die. The only timeline where you all survived was if I died.
No, that's not the future.
I saw a billion futures, Iris.
Okay, well, what about the billion in first or billion in second?
Maybe this is the reason I was given powers. To save everyone.
You said this morning that you weren't giving up yet.
I have to accept this. We both do.
And do nothing while you sit here and wait to die? This isn't you.
When I was a beat cop, I walked the same patrol every day. One morning, I'm responding to a noise complaint. Out of nowhere, pop! Bullet flies by my head. I got pinned down, I called for backup, but I can't even tell you how scared I was to go back out in them streets.
But you did.
Yeah. Because of this. Our badges, your emblem, they're symbols of the strength that we're charged with. But when we hear the call of duty, we're willing to make that sacrifice. And that's not giving up, Bear. That's what you call resilience. And I know you'd have plenty of that.
Is that?
Nope, nope, no, 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 stop it, stop it. No, no, no.
The design book? A designer's book? Aww.
Were you drawing?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh dear.
She died in the explosion.
Oh, so you thought.
Or at least I thought she did.
And I smell a mystery.
Inmate was discovered in a vegetative state. She has been taken out of our custody.
Out of custody and into the hands of a very redacted organization.
Esperanza's alive.
And she can fight.
Esperanza murió hace 5 años.
Just walk down the stairs.
I'm only Ultraviolet now. No!
Ultraviolet.
Then you die too.
Little on the nose. Come on, Mary. Duck! Ugh!
Get up, hero. I want you to die on your feet.
How did that happen?
Ultraviolet light travels at 186,000 miles per second, which is 80 times your top speed.
Hi, Gideon.
I suggest a hasty retreat.
Oh, I hit towards it though. Ah. Ah. Yeah.
Cecile, call the medic.
Oh, Jesus, why?
But you bought all this stuff. I mean, how'd you pay for it?
With Katie's credit cards. All of them.
Maybe our next life lesson will be in personal finance.
Actually,
If my death is the only way to save the universe, to save you, I'm willing to do that.
Then, whatever we do next, let's make it count.
We can start by preparing the team for this crisis. Maybe even a world without the Flash.
So what do we tell them?
Can we see that? This episode? I want to see the doctor right now.
The body presents no obvious signs of hemorrhaging, but it appears the victim's blood has coagulated with an unidentifiable biological substance.
Oh. Hello. Are you my friend now? Guess not. That was okay. Well, as interested as I am in what's his name, Ramsey's whole deal and what's going on, I would have rather seen Barry tell the team, I don't want to wait till next week. Man, god dang, this is a pretty emotional episode, honestly. Like, not only seeing Barry see his mom, essentially. It's just, I don't know what it is, but those that are, like, contagious to me when they start crying is Stephen Amell, Grant Gustin, John Wesley Shipp, and Jesse L. Martin. I don't know what it is, but whenever I see them cry, it's just like I can't not sympathy cry. But it was also feeling Barry's emotion whenever he saw not just everybody die, yeah, but a little more pointedly seeing Iris die. Like, that was not a great scene to watch either. Just not just seeing Barry's reaction to that, but just seeing that happen. Like, everybody, like Ralph, Caitlin, or Frost at that moment, Vibe somehow. Might have just been a different timeline, but still seeing them die, and then Iris is just looking at this wave coming at her and just watching in disbelief and desperation. man, like that hurt. And seeing Barry's reaction to that was just worse. It was just all bad. But it was all good things in this episode. Seeing Jay Garrick again, seeing John with the ship, so cool. I loved it. I cannot get enough of this guy. I really like, again, in the crossover. I hope either Jay Garrick shows up, although I guess that probably won't be the case because apparently his speed's draining and he's needing a cane now. And more than likely, John Woods' ship will probably come back, but more so as like the 90s Flash, more than likely. Which I really hope, because we didn't get really much of him, as much as I would have liked. Like, he wasn't erased, was he? Like, I know Monitor like did something, and then the portal showed up. I'm assuming he didn't like just eviscerate the guy, but if he sent him back to his Earth, wasn't his Earth like being destroyed or something? Not really sure, but I think he just sent him somewhere else, if not back to his Earth. It's always a treat to see John Wesley's ship, and to see Nora too. I really feel bad that I don't know her name. She's not around as much as John Wesley's ship has. It feels weird just saying John. It's like that's why I keep saying his whole name. I really would have liked to have seen Barry talk to the team about it and not having to wait next week. I know that's gonna be a tough emotional scene for them. I'm pretty sure. I mean, whenever Barry was, I'm having trouble not saying Grant for some reason. Whenever Barry was talking to Iris about it, like that scene was just really heavy. Like he lost hope pretty much. He felt like he'd lost. He was basically giving up, throwing in the towel. Like, if this is the only option, then there's really no reason for me. There's no point in me hoping to find another way. It's just I went through a billion different timelines, and this is the only one that we would survive in. Obviously, I don't want them to spend like a whole lot of time on theirs, like on how they're gonna react to the bit of news. But I don't want it to be like a short, like off the hand kind of discussion. It's like, well, okay, well, what are we gonna do? I mean, I want to see like how how it impacts them. Like, I know Caitlin would feel it. We didn't see Caitlin at all this episode, which I'm kind of, it's whatever. I mean, it's fine. I mean, we saw. I mean, I know Danielle was still in there, but I'm just like, first off, we kind of could have used Caitlin's help, Frost, if you didn't see. I mean, I don't know. She probably couldn't have done anything, but I mean, she could have at least taken a look. I don't know if Frost has. I mean, does Frost have? I know she has her memories, but does she have her skill set? I don't. By the way, I hope we get Caitlin soon, though. I just still miss her character. I like her character. I like Frost too, but I do miss seeing Caitlin already, even though it's only been one episode, but still. What episode? I know she's directing an episode. Isn't it 6 this season? Episode 6? I think that's what it is. I don't know. When is Tom Cavanaugh coming back? Because I'm pretty sure he's got to come back, right? I mean, if you're getting the chance to play another character, I would assume he'd want to come back. I mean, he could play another character somewhere else, but still. Preferably, I would rather him maybe come back to somebody we already know, more so Harry. Even though he's not super intelligent anymore, so he wouldn't have a whole lot he can necessarily lend to the team. But I mean, I don't know. I just want, like, I like Sherlock a lot. Harry's still my favorite though. Obviously next to the very first one, even though that was Thawne, but still. Of actual good guy Harrison Wells that we've had, Harry's probably my favorite, and Sherlock is probably right after that. I don't know. It was like something about the way, obviously, the first Harrison Wells or Eobard Wells, however you want to call him, just that character, he acted it out so well. So I want something a little like that. Obviously not evil, but I want something more like that. That's easy. That's not easier to get attached to. Like, I mean, obviously that too, but I don't know. A bit more likable, I guess. Because, not that I didn't like HR, but obviously he didn't have the same You guys understand. I don't know why I'm going into it. You guys understand though. Yeah, I'm wondering when he's gonna come back. If you guys know, please don't say. I'd rather not find out until they show it. I love the nanites from Ray Palmer again. It came in. It came in for the crossover last season too, which was funny. The nanites courtesy of Ray Palmer to mess up Oliver when he had Barry's powers. But this one was used as a camo for Frost, which is interesting. Basically, her voice sound is normal, sounds more like Caitlin, and they don't have to do the special effects for her eyes, which sometimes they don't anyway. But whatever. But now there's a reason, because it's made her look more normal. I mean, she still has her powers, but it's just camouflage-wise. Pretty sure anyway. They need to work on her talking to people more so. They should have thought of that before taking her to a place where people are a little sensitive about their work. Because being an artist is kind of a vulnerable thing, from what I understand. Because you're, putting your emotions and everything into your art. So whether it's painting or taking pictures, you got to be kind of vulnerable for that kind of stuff. So rightfully sensitive whenever somebody criticizes it a little harshly, which is exactly what Frost was doing for Camilla. I thought the photos were pretty cool, and a photo doesn't have to be like super crisp for it to convey what they want to be conveyed. But Frost is new to this, and as we see, she's trying to draw her own little art, which was kind of cute. I mean, it takes work, you just started, so obviously you're not going to be super skilled at it yet. But for your first attempt, not bad. But oh my god, I just remembered, she used all of Caitlin's oh my god, she's gonna kill her. She's bankrupt Caitlin. She doesn't I get she's new, but she doesn't even how does she not know how money works? She has to have Caitlin's memories to understand this stuff. Like, can she refund any of this? I really hope so. Poor Caitlin. She comes back and she's like, where's my money? Why can't I afford literally anything? Why am I kicked out of my apartment? Oh, I used all your money, so. But it was for paintings. It was for art. I thought, I don't know what happened. I thought that the girl that they caught, for some reason, I thought it was the same girl. She said she'd stolen a car, so I thought it was the girl last season. I don't remember. I think she went like something ghost, silver ghost or something like that. I don't remember. I think she had control over, not technology, was it? I don't really remember exactly. Because we have Kilgore, who had power abilities over technology. I don't remember what hers was exactly, but like she unlocked the car from with her abilities, and she can. I think she can control. Can she control stuff like that? Crap, I don't remember now. But I thought that's who that was. The girl. I can't remember her first name. Gotta see it though. What's her last name? I wonder if is it like a weaker, or is it the exact same abilities as her cousin apparently? Because her cousin, she did like a, but maybe she's used it more or trained more. Because apparently there's this group out there that they're exploiting metas. Can't remember the word. They're apparently exploiting metas. I mean, we've only seen her thus far, but I mean, chances are they got to have somebody else. And we've only seen. Did we see the other guy's face? I think we only saw. I remember seeing the back of the head of one dude. Oh nope, it's not the back of the head of anybody. It's the side of his head. My bad. Don't recognize the guy. I don't think. I'm trying to see what's that emblem on his chest. I don't recognize what I can see of it. Does anybody know what that symbol is? But yeah, this group they're using. I wonder who all they have. If it's just hers, if the first they apparently trained her to basically be an assassin. Like, she can fight pretty well, and better than somebody who was in a gang, like a street. I don't know if they were a street gang, but still, I mean, that kind of fighting skills seems a little bit more extensive than what she would have had without their kind of training. I don't know what kind of training they have, because they're just secret group. But they have to. I mean, he's a freaking in a suit, so I mean, gotta be some kind of fancy group, some kind of up there. Okay, so two things we already got to deal with. We got to deal with already. We're talking about dealing with the crisis, telling the group, and we are getting them ready. And we got to deal with this secret group that's exploiting metas. And Barry says even like when in terms of preparing the group, even saying even going into the possibility of the world having to deal without a Flash. So that's what I mean. Like something like that bit of news is gonna have to hit them kind of hard. So I don't want it to be just like brushed over. I don't want it to be like a one scene or like a really quick scene kind of thing, and then they go right into like, well, okay, then let's figure it out. I mean, which I would get. You know, they want to get down to business and try to plan out any kind of way around this from Barry, you know, so that Barry doesn't have to die. But I don't know. I do want to see like a little bit of something that longer lasts than like maybe 20 to 30 seconds. I don't know. We'll see how they do it. As long as it's something, maybe. I guess I'll be okay if it's just like at least something. Maybe 20, 30 seconds is fine. Some kind of emotional reaction. There's a bit where Cecile and Joe are kind of arguing. Joe was bringing up that you kind of, well, he didn't say it, but Cecile said that she said he felt basically that she'd have to choose between her powers and being a DA, which I don't, was it sounded like something Joe would actually, I mean, maybe he was, I don't know, but she's come to the conclusion to where she can use them both. She's gonna be DA for metas. I mean, I don't know if she's still gonna outwardly use her, like she's gonna come out with the fact that she has abilities, because nobody knows except for obviously our team. But what would, like, how bad would that be if she did? Like, would that be a detriment? Would she get like fired? And her cases, you know, I can't even think of the word. For some reason, the only word that came to mind was revoked. But basically, her cases that she's closed, undone. I don't know if that would happen, because her abilities, all they are basically she can sense how people are feeling. But then again, they don't. Their argument might be something like, you know, we don't know for sure that that's what your abilities are. Maybe your abilities are persuasion, and maybe these people aren't actually guilty. You're just making them think that they are or something. I don't know. They could string it any kind of way they want, because that's how they can be sometimes. So I don't know. I don't know if she should come out with about her abilities. I don't know if she will. This will be interesting going on. I want to see. And this is gonna have probably be something that's gonna take over. Not take over, but like happen over the season. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna evolve. I guess how they're gonna tackle that kind of a subject, and see if it creates. I mean, obviously it's gonna create some kind of drama, but like if it's gonna be like big, like a detriment to us, like, or at least to Cecile and her like, again, what the kind of cases she had before, if that would affect her past cases. One thing that also got me emotional was, even though I know it was just like something that happened, that he saw in the future, and it wasn't something that was happening right this instant. I mean, it kind of was. I mean, he was in the future. Time travel speak. Seeing Barry be eviscerated, that just, like, he knew, like, with everything in mind, you know, that he knew what he was doing. He was feeling obviously the immense amount of pain he had to feel from being torn apart molecule by molecule, and still going forward knowing that he has to do this to save everybody that he loves, and everybody in the whole world, and even probably the multiverse. So, like, keeping that in mind, like, that, just seeing Barry go through that and just thinking, like, he knows what he's doing. He's doing this for everybody, and it's so, I hated it. I hated seeing him die, and especially like that. It was just heartbreaking. And just imagining how Iris and the whole team, and not kind of in a lesser sense, because they don't have the same personal emotional connection that, you know, that his family does, but how the rest of the world are going to react. And even like, if this were to happen, would Steven still be, or sorry, would Oliver still be taken away? And if, like, how would he? I'm trying to figure out how this is supposed to go, because Oliver is supposed to be the one that dies, and Barry's literally seeing himself die. Like, he saw, this is a timeline that's actually happening, unless somehow the monitor is tweaking what the timeline actually is, and it's not actually how it happens, and he's just making him see that so that I don't know. I don't. So I don't know if they're both supposed to. I don't know, man. But just seeing that broke my heart. So I was getting emotional. I was tearing up a little bit there too. It was pretty emotional actually, which is a bit surprising since it's only the second episode. I don't know. I don't know why we're into this, but the thing with Vibe, we saw him. I don't know if. Excuse me. I don't know if. I feel like that's probably supposed to be like the whole thing with a different timeline, where Vibe kept his powers, or maybe Cisco gets his powers back. Maybe the Medicure isn't always something that's permanent. I don't know for sure. I don't know what exactly that if that I don't know if that timeline is a different timeline. I mean, I would assume just because since he was given his powers, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he hasn't. Maybe they come back, or again, maybe he just gets them back. Maybe he gives himself his powers because he feels that they need it. Or he uses some kind of technology to kind of mimic his abilities, which isn't a stretch considering they did make those little things that they have. Which I'm wondering, why don't they use that? They haven't used that lately. So it's only the second episode of the season, but I'm pretty sure they still have those, right? Because the one that they did give them away to a couple to Kara and them. So I'm pretty sure that they have more and they can just make more. Cisco could still technically be Vibe, just not that he couldn't sense things. But he could probably make gauntlets that shoots similar blasts. I don't know. It'd be interesting. That's all. I'm just wondering if that's why we see Vibe, or if it is just another timeline. Really quick, small thing. I just want to go into what kind of name. I get it. It's there, but your abilities, you deal with ultraviolet rays, or you can use ultraviolet rays. So you give your assassin moniker is Ultraviolet. And as an assassin, why would you dress like that? Like that kind of a mask. Isn't that a little stand out-ish a little bit? I don't know. You seem like a Mortal Kombat character a little bit. But whatever. Powers are cool though. Especially when you with the radius blast. I'm wondering if the other one that is apparently now going to be working with interning with Iris. If she can do that, or if she can learn to do that, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe she could help the team. Joe is everything in the show. He never ceases to be able to give perfect advice, and it's just like when he was talking to Barry about when they hear the Call of Duty, they answer. Whatever Barry's plan is to defeat the crisis, it wouldn't be giving up. It's just what he feels needs to be done. It's not giving up. Giving up would be doing nothing. But the way Joe said it, obviously, was way better than I was trying to say it. And it was almost using the same words he used, and I still couldn't do it. It's just because it's Joe. And obviously, he practiced the lines more than I did. But still, it's just the character. He's just so great. I don't want anything to happen to him again. Because, the actor in his back. So glad he's better. But I can never get enough of his scenes with Barry and anybody when he gives advice. It's just I miss Henry, Barry's dad, giving him advice. Those two father figures were just the best. Like any emotional scene with, especially Henry and Barry, would always, even now when I'm rewatching older episodes like the season 1 stuff, it just still gets me tearing up pretty bad. They said what's her name, Esperanza. They said that she was in a vegetative state. So is she still, or did they figure out how to get her out of that, or did she get out of that on her own? Are they somehow controlling her? I don't know what this group can do. They have a meta under their control apparently, so they're not scared of her. I don't think. I don't know. I'm just wondering what they can do. I'm also curious as to why Barry went straight into that blast thing. I know she can hit him with it, but he couldn't duck underneath, and her blast may move fast, but she can't. She can't see him coming, so he could just go around it and then just or at least go under it and then hit her. But I mean, he got the job done, and luckily he heals. He has a healing factor, so there's that. But still, I was curious why he went face first into that thing. God dang! I thought his face was like I could see the skull almost, but I don't think that wasn't the case. It was just the distortion of the waves of the effect. But for a second, it looked like what it's gonna look like whenever he's going through trying to stop the crisis. And in the end, obviously, we have the bit with Ramsey, and he speared that one dude, killed him apparently, and then there was a, what did he say? Something about it, I know he said it coagulated with something that was unidentified something in the blood or in the system. So and then he was dead, and then he gets back up. So I thought that maybe he had some kind of control over this guy, but then he up and hits him. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. Did he give him powers now? Has he infected him with abilities, or did he punch him because he can't quite control him yet? Like he can't control how he controls him. He expected him to punch him, so he punched him. I don't know how this does work. This is very interesting already. Again, I don't know. They seem like blood or tar. I mean, it's not thick enough to be tar, but again, special effects. Maybe it's supposed to be tar, and it just looks like that. I don't know. It didn't look like his arm stretched or rock or anything, so I'm assuming it's. I don't know. Maybe it is tar. I have no idea. It looks bloody tar. I don't know. But yeah, I'm impatient, but at the same time, I want to hurry up and also get over to Arrow. It's oh my god, first episode of the 10 episodes I think they're supposed to be. But yeah, I'm impatient for next week. Also, I'm curious to see how the team's gonna react to Barry telling them about the crisis. The timetable's moved up significantly. He's got a few more months, a couple months actually, left until the crisis comes back, and his very likely end coming soon. But for now, guys, that's it for this week's episode of The Flash. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out the rest of our stuff, be sure to hit the button right next to me. And if you want to stick around for next week's episode, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, if you want to support us, make sure you hit the button right there. You can get access to polls for like the shows you want us to watch, stuff like that, early access videos, all that stuff. Link to that will also be in the description down below. Again, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you all next week.